Hey everybody, welcome to Kate's Space. It's been a few days since I've talked to you all. Welcome. I want to carry on with Brylee's journal, and as you can see I did a little few additions in my spare time. I sewed on a few more things on the cover. I wasn't really that happy with the cover. Hang on, let me just sort my life out here. So I hand sewed on this little bit of broderie, this little bit of blingy sequiny trim, this beaded trim which I've had for a while and I really wanted to use, and I'm hoping like anything that these beads will stay on. And what else? Oh, this piece here I sewed on, and this piece, so it's just made it more of a little bit more of a collaged cover, not so much on the back but on the front, and I'm much happier with that. You can see the inside is a complete mess. The insides, I think I do them now. Man, it's so long since I did a journal like this, I can hardly remember. But we've got a lot of fabric here, and what I think I'm gonna do, I don't know if it's the right thing to do, is just go around and glue that all down first, and then I'm going to glue my end pages on. How is everybody? I hope you're well. Woke up this morning to absolute terrible pouring rain. So David and I went to the gym and then we came back. By the time we got back, it's a beautiful, glorious day. And I'm like, oh, it's a sunny day, I should do some filming. I think most people would be, oh, it's a sunny day, I should go outside. But anyway, I just wanted to do something. Oh, that's too much glue. While the sun was shining, and I've got some nice light coming in here, that maybe means I don't have to use the ring light, which leaves a glare. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this as flat as I can, and then hopefully what I put over the top will then stick really nice and firmly down. I mean, none of this is gonna go anywhere. It's pretty well stitched on, but it's just to try and get less bulk putting those end papers down. I decided on the wallpaper because otherwise I'll just hoard it for even longer. Jo, my sister, I was chatting to her the other day and she said that's one that she had found, and yeah, it is a vinyl. It's a vinyl one. It's not, you know, super old, but it is definitely vintage. I mean, you can tell by the pattern on it. No one would wallpaper their walls like that now, but it is pretty, and I think it suits the journal, so that's what I'm going to do. Because of the roses and the roses everywhere else, I thought, oh well, let's just stick with that. So hopefully Brylee will like it. So yeah, I have got a lot of bulk here, but I guess that's just because I use so many fabrics, and I brought this one over, which maybe, I don't know, maybe that wasn't a great idea to bring that one over like that. I could maybe trim. I guess I could trim this one a little bit so it's more layered, but I still want it to be, because I've folded it over now, I'm kind of committed to having it under the papers or card that's going to go on the end here. I think the secret will be just to use a ton of glue. That's going to be my solution. Use tons of glue. Oh, I had some hellos to do as well. I'll do those in a minute to say hi to everybody, because we've got some new subscribers. Thank you. And thank you for all the input with this journal and watching and just being so encouraging and kind with your comments. I really appreciate it. Brylee's currently rehearsing at this very minute, rehearsing 9 till 9, because they have opening night on Wednesday for the show she's in, and so she's rehearsing full on at the moment. And what else is new? Oh, my eldest daughter is pregnant and so she'll be having her second baby next year, which is super exciting. Her current baby's 8, so that's Ella. Poor old Brittany though, she gets very bad morning sickness. I can't say that I got it as bad as what she has, morning sickness, hyperemesis, whatever you would like to call it, and so she has not been well at all, hardly being able to eat, and yeah, just she goes, oh, I don't think I'm going to have another baby. Everybody says that though, don't we? No matter, we tend to forget. So yeah, anyway, but all is well apart from the fact that she's fading away, but I'm sure she will be fine. Growing a beautiful healthy baby, so that's exciting. Right, now, so that's glued. Then I wondered, shall I just put some of this lightly stained paper down first and then put my wallpaper on top of that to keep it a bit more strength to it. I don't know if it needs it, but I think if I do that I will just glue it on first, and I'm going to use PVA, which is kind of messy, but I think that'll be the best thing to do, and I'll apply it to the wallpaper, I think. There's a few people crafting along with me and making a journal, which is really cool. And I was trying to think before I started videoing, what do I do next? You know, when you're not videoing it, you just do whatever, you just muck around. You don't have to have any real, sorry, I'm having trouble getting this out. You don't have to have any sort of logical steps. I know some people are very logical in the way they make their journals and they have a system. I don't think I am. Sometimes I make the cover first, sometimes I choose pages first, or I don't know, it just really depends. Oh, that's going to be a lot of glue. So we'll probably have to wait for these to dry before we stick them in the end of the book. But it might just give it a bit more strength. I think that's too much glue, never mind. I have nowhere to put it either. Oh well, let's just glue these together. I actually think these are lightly avocado stained, very light avocado. Or are they tea stained and I've just dripped a bit of avocado dye on there? I think that's probably more likely. Right, so we've got glue everywhere. I'll just get a cloth. And excuse me for reaching across, and I'm just gonna get out bubbles because we don't want these to separate. Yesterday I took out all my 50 French folded letters that I'd purchased. I took a picture and put them on Instagram, and I opened every single one and had a look. There were 3 that had been sellotaped, and so it was very hard to get them open without damaging them. So that's okay. And there's a few there that I'm going to try and scan if I can ever get my head around scanning. Okay, I've managed to get glue everywhere. Luckily this is vinyl wallpaper, so I can wipe it. Awesome. Okay, so I might just leave that to dry, and then the next one I might not. I might try to put less glue on. How about that? Okay. Right, while I'm doing this one, I'll just say hi to a few people. Is it Care or Kay? Care Jones in Louisiana, USA. Hi there. She has been watching this series, and Care, is it? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Might be okay. Anyway, I don't know. Sorry. She's making a white daisy journal, which sounds beautiful. And she said that's going to be a big thick journal as well. Hi to Joy from Joy Journal. Hi Joy, thanks for watching. Morgan Ellen, hi Morgan, appreciate you watching, and I hope you ladies will subscribe and stick around and hopefully find a little bit of inspiration here. And Sue Lawson and Andrea Murphy, hi. I don't know if I've said hi to you before, Andrea, but I know that you do watch and you make lovely comments and you're very encouraging, so thank you so much everybody. All my regulars, thank you ladies, appreciate you coming and saying hi and touching base. And hi to Colleen, I hope you're well, feeling better Colleen. I know you've had some surgery and you're healing, so that's good. Oh, my PVA is exploding. I don't know what it is with the glues exploding at the moment. Got my art glitter glue was exploding as well the other day. Well, I seem to have cut this a little bit too small, but never mind, it doesn't matter. Not too worried about that. I was going to cut it a little bit bigger and sort of have it curl, sort of curling out from underneath, but I changed my mind about that. So let's hope I put enough. Yep. Oof. This is hard to work with, isn't it, this wet glue, without getting too much everywhere. So I don't use it very often because I never know how much to use. Right, let's just get some of these bubbles out so we know it's not going to lift up, and then we can leave these to dry while we do something else. I'm just not sure what that's going to be yet. Okay, so I'll just let them dry and then I might put them in my paper press so they don't curl too much. I hope that was the right thing to do, but anyway, it seemed like a good idea just to give them a bit more strength. Okay, I'll put those aside. I think they're going to be super pretty. Funny story, well, it might not be that funny, but we were around at our neighbours Friday evening, just for a drink and some nibbles, and I don't know what, maybe we've had a few glasses of wine obviously, and we must have started talking about, I don't know why, but anyway, we got onto custard squares or vanilla slices, you know, with the custard, the pastry, the custard and the pastry, and then the icing on top. And I said, oh, I've got a great recipe for those, I make nice ones of those. And so they're like, right, you're making us custard squares in the weekend, and we're going to come over and have tea and custard squares. So that's what I did when I got home from the gym, is I made some custards. I've made custard squares. It's just has to sit at room temperature, I think, and set before I can ice it and cut it. So that's peer pressure for you, isn't it? Okay, what are we doing next? I don't want to put anything on there because it's wet. I'll just get a dry cloth. Okay, so that's those done. The other thing I do need to think about before I put those end papers on, and so often I forget, is the fact that I would like to put a closure on. Now, Brylee having one arm, she can do everything, and I know she can tie a bow and everything. She does up her laces, and she learned how to tie her ballet shoes up quite early on. I was trying to think of a closure that would be easy, and I haven't come up with anything yet. So that is something that we do need to remember to do. I need to remember to do, because once these go on, you can't really hide anything. And I also need to decide whether I'm going to have that little book plate on here or not before moving on. Where are all our pages? Here. I did say I was going to have these all sorted and in the order that I want them by the time I saw you next. So I haven't done that. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn the camera off now and I will do that. Right, I've gone through them. There's 8 pages in each signature, and 7 signatures, so I think that is okay. Now yeah, I've been through them so many times. I think I'm happy. Let's have a look at where we think we might put our ruffles. I think that might be a good next step. What have I got? So I've got all the ruffles that we made together. Plus I've got this bit of lace here. Quite a lot. So that's good. And then I've got some more of this gold stuff. So we might make some tabs maybe. I think that's enough. I've got this green lace too, which we could put in. That might be quite nice. So we need to decide. We've already got that one in because that's the one I sewed in, but I did want to cover up that stitching. Though in saying that, it doesn't bother me as much now as what it did the other day. The other trick is to go over your stitches on the other side and sort of push those bits of paper that the needle pokes up. And just flatten those out a bit and it looks a bit better. But yeah, I think I will cover that up with something. Oh, here we go. We've got this little piece here. That's what I was thinking. So I might pop that there. It would be very cute if I had something really little to thread through. I have got some very fine old lace. Excuse me for... Or actually some seam binding might be cute. Some pink seam binding, which I was just using earlier. Let's see what that looks like threaded through these little holes. Obviously it's not going to sit flat because it's wider than the holes, but it might look quite pretty. I just think we're not too worried about flat because we know we're not going to be stuffing this journal full of tags and things, so we can probably be a little bit more generous with our other bulky sort of thing embellishments. And so yeah, I'm still thinking about how I'm going to decorate it, but let's just get these ruffles in. I like that. I'm going to have that. I think that's really pretty. Long enough now. Yep, that's more than long enough. I can probably pull that bit out there. And then I was wondering if I could do a bow at the bottom. A cute little bow, but I'm a bit... That's a bit cat-handed. Oh no, there we go. Well, it is a bit cat-handed because you've only got one end. Okay, so that doesn't look any good. Right. So you want to finish on the down, I think. And I'm just going to glue this on. I'm going to use my fabric glue and I'm just going to hope it doesn't seep through. Jodie, who gave me all these beautiful trims and fabrics, I can probably get rid of these rest of these signatures, gave me a great tip because you know how I was saying I don't like the glue seeping through when I glue the ruffles on. She says she sews hers onto a piece of just paper. And okay, does this have a right way and a wrong way? I think that's the right way after all that. Okay. She sews them onto a piece of paper and then glues them in, which is, why did I not think of that? That is such a great solution to the problem. But, okay, so that is going to go there. Very pretty. That is so cute. Okay, let's get the glue. Fabric glue is here. And I'm just going to run it down the side here. You know what I'm going to do first, and this might annoy people, but I'm going to ink them. These printables are by Nicola from the Paper Cameo. I think it's her cottage kit. Right. Okay, let's glue this on. Let's just do it. Try not to use too much glue. Can always add a little bit more later if it needs it. Smudge it out so it doesn't, less likely to come through. And what am I going to do here? I might glue that bit of ribbon to there and then cut it. And the same at the bottom. Oh. Oops, and then I think we're cutting it about there. Right, and by now my glue's probably dried, but anyway. And then I'm going to just glue this on. Oh, it's still too long, so I'll just move it that way. And get that a little bit straight. Yeah, kind of, that looks alright. That's good enough. Alright, so that's our first little set of ruffles. Surprising how many you might need depending on. Let's just leave that for that signature. Now let's do the next. Let's give the next signature a green one. And decide whether we're going to sew it in or just glue them in. I think I'm actually going to glue them in. So this one is going in here somewhere. Let's just get it the right way around. It's all a bit twisted. I was telling you about the highlights of our trip, and I forgot to tell you that after. I don't really want to cover up that number. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's another one on the other side. After Cairns, we flew to Sydney because, I'll do it this way, because there were no flights directly home. So we stayed a couple of nights in Sydney, which was really nice. We had a beautiful meal, and then, but the highlight of that was we had booked tickets to Moulin Rouge, and oh, that was fabulous. That was such a great night out. We had a ball, and yeah, that was a really great show. Just very colourful and spectacular, and I did put it in, I think I put a picture of my stories on Instagram, but yeah, it was very cool. We loved it. Even David liked it, and it's not really his cup of tea, those sorts of things, but yeah, he said he got a bit bored in the second half. But he did well. It's not everyone's musicals, you either, I don't know, they seem to be quite polarizing. You either love them or you hate them. I was sort of brought up, my father was a drama teacher, so I was brought up with the theatre and with all the ballet and everything, all music and theatre and performing and stuff, so that's always been my sort of love. And I'm not going to cut that tail off right now, but there we go. So that's that one glued in. So that gives that one a little ruffle. And then we'll go back. Oh, what's this little, oh, that's right. I did put an extra page in. When I was sorting out my signatures, I put an extra page in. Okay, so this one I just need to tear that down a bit, don't I? So I'll just take a bit off this edge here. I realised I hadn't put any music paper in, and I wanted to put music paper in. Okay, so where's another ruffle? Where are they? Oh, here on this side. We could do, so we've got pink and green. We could do another pink. Sometimes it's nice to have them on the other side. I've got this beautiful ballet pink one, which I love. It sort of changes colour, which is cool. So I wonder if we'll put that one there. Oh, how much have I done out off camera? I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on with my spatial awareness. Yeah, so that was a really amazing experience. The glue may show through on this one, so I might add a little bit of lace over the top. I don't think Brylee will mind if we do more is more. Oh, that's so pretty. It's so cute. Love it. Okay, so that's that one. Let's have a little look. I keep checking to see what I've got from this side. Yeah. Oh my gosh, me and my camera today. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay. Right, so that's one in that signature. What have we got left? We've got this beautiful one here, made out of some of the fabric. It's a bit of a wider one. We could put it there. Actually, we'll do it in the second half, because that's the other thing. I always forget to put something in the second half of the signature. How about on there? I do kind of want to be able to see it, so I might actually put it on this page. You'll see all the fluffies. That's okay, we'll do that. All right, what's going on here? We can always balance it out later if we need to add more to make it look a bit more balanced. There we go. I'll move it over quite a bit, I think, so I'll have the stitching right on the edge so that she's got as much space to write as possible. Go. All right, quite like that. The back of it's not that attractive, but that's okay. I guess we could put something there like this one, but that's okay. We'll leave that for now. Okay, right, what have we got left? We've got another pink. Oh, we've got our lovely stripy and another green. I think I might do another green now. I'll put that on here. Ooh, should we do it in the... That looks so nice. Do it in the center. Let's do it there. Bit of fabric glue. There we go. I'll trim them all later. Cool. And then maybe pink for the next one. I don't want to put on there, it'll be too hard to write if she decides to write on that piece. Does that one flip out too? And that, oh, we've got lots of flip outs in this one. I haven't, oh well. Maybe we need to rearrange this. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll move that to there. I think I'm just going to put this on here. Oops, I don't want that much. Okay, and we'll just pop that on. Such a pretty pink, the sari silk ribbon. Such a pretty pink. I kind of like that it's ballet pink as well, you know, with Brylee doing the ballet and things. Now she went on to keep dancing, and it was amazing supporting her through that. Like the first sort of hurdle we came across was, as a young, you know, really young, she wanted to do her ballet exams like all the other girls, and RAD decided that no, she couldn't do them. So RAD is the Royal Academy of Dancing, and Brylee was not at all happy about that, and she couldn't understand why she couldn't sit her exam with the other girls. So I had to put my big girl pants on, and I actually approached the Human Rights Commission. I did a little bit of reading, and basically it says if you're excluded from anything because of a disability, that the people who are excluding you have to find an acceptable alternative. And so they had said that Brylee would be able to go and do her own little exam on her own. Well, that was not acceptable to Brylee, this little 6-year-old, 7-year-old. She said no, and I said okay. And so I talked to the ballet teacher, and I said, oh look, we're really not happy with that. We want Brylee to, would you mind going to RAD and saying we're not happy, and la la la. And so as it turned out, Brylee then from then on got to do her exams with all the other girls, which was awesome. You know, like, we know that she wasn't going to become a professional ballet dancer. We're not. But then think about it. Probably about 90% of the girls in her class would never be able to become professional ballet dancers, and they were all able to do their exams. So anyway, she got to do her exams, which was great. She passed them all, and she did very well, held her own and continued to dance. And when she left school, she actually auditioned for a dance school in Sydney called Brent Street Academy, and she became the first person with a disability to ever be accepted into that dance school, and she got a scholarship. But one of the big things about her story is just before she left, she was driving to her last ballet recital with her ballet school that she'd gone to since she was 6, and she had another car accident and severely damaged her leg, and had to take a year off. So Brent Street put her acceptance off until another year, which was very good of them. So she did attend Brent Street for a year, and I was ever so proud of her for sticking at it. It took her a long time to sort of rehab after that. That accident. It wasn't easy. Right, so there we go. There's another little bit of her story. You can actually see some of her story. I'll link it below. She was interviewed on TV, and I'll link it below in case any of you are interested. Okay, so there's a sort of a big gap here, so I think something needs to go in there. Let's see, we've got one more ruffle, and we've got lace, and we've got this one that I did want to use, but I'm not sure about that edge, so let's have a look. Where's this? This is our gap in between these two. So that's near the front, so this sort of needs something else, I think. We could put it there. I do like the idea of that sort of flopping out. Not everybody likes the lots of stuff flopping out, but I do. Hang on, let me just straighten that up. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so I might actually, what am I going to do there? Because we could actually cover that up with a pocket, couldn't we? So let's glue it down, and we'll remember to maybe put a pocket there, even though I'm not really putting any pockets in. We'll put a pocket there. Okay, so I'll put the stars or the little flowers at the edge of the page. I mean, we could even put lace there like that. I'll think about that. Right, so that's good. That's that one done. Scissors on the floor. I guess that looks a little bit like there's an extra, but that's okay. I might put something at the front that sticks out as well a bit further, but I don't know what at this stage. I guess it could be the lace, the green lace, couldn't it? If we put that like that. No. Right, I have two smaller ruffles. I don't know if I'm going to put them on right now or not. Quite like that there. Well, we've got a lot sticking out, a lot. That's okay. I think I might save that for something else. Okay, so there we go. We've done all our ruffles. Let's have a look at our end papers now. I haven't put them under the... That's what they're going to look like when they're in. It's a very pretty journal, isn't it? But that's okay. Just seeing what else we've got here. So we've got some more ruffles here, but that might be for just adding as we go. We have got more decoration to do. We've got these to stick in. I'm going to ink around these pages. And we need to think about a closure. I'm really stuck on that. I don't know what I'm going to do about a closure. I'm just having a look now to see. I'm just going to have a look at my avocado dyed laces. Okay, so here is some of the avocado dyed things I did. I really love them. And I think I might do something at the front here, I'm not sure. Got this bit of cool bit of linen. I don't know if that's really suited to this journal. But these lovely laces that Mum gave me, I might... Right, that was David interrupting. I love that. I think I might use that. It is super pretty. But I don't know if any of these would be any good for a ruffle. I really like this one. That might be quite cute, poking out. It's just something else a little bit different. So yeah, I've got to work on some of these. I've got these beautiful, this beautiful one, but that might be more not really suited to this. Actually, Barb gave me these and I've just thrown them in the dye and I like how they turned out. And this is something, some lace off something that was given to me. And at first I didn't think it had taken the dye, but it actually has. But it needs, I'm going to pull it apart a bit more because it's quite big. Right, so maybe not. Alright, I think that's going to be me for the day. Not a very interesting video, but we got a little bit more done. And like I said before, I need to think of a closure. I'm going to glue these on. I'll probably do that before I see you next. And yeah, think of the next step as far as decoration goes. Whether we're going to do some texture paste. And I'll probably try and do that before I sew the signatures in. Then I'll be sewing the signatures in. And yeah, it will be nearly, it's actually really nearly finished, isn't it? If I just didn't faff around so much. I think this one sticks out a bit too much, so I might fix that. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope something was helpful. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye.